Hello wind believers, it's Renee, the Practical Shaman, and I'm sitting here preparing for our winter solstice meditation. And I guess this is my 10th broadcast. I'm just sitting here getting myself organized and getting the area organized. The Heyokas, the tricksters, have been here tonight. Like, I can't find things that I'm looking for. I think I put them down and then they're gone. I'm going to add a little bit of more copal, maybe, or more Palo Santos to the fire and prepare myself. I'm hoping that some people join us here for this. If not, they don't. It's okay. So this Palo Santos is from the Amazon, and it has a beautiful smell. It's kind of a little licoricey. And I'm saging me. I've been saging, putting on some Palo Santo onto the fire. I'm inside tonight, and I think it's about ready to start. One more minute. All right, I think I'll add some Palo Santos to the flaming fire over here, and some copal. I know you can't see me so much, but I'm putting some copal into the fire. And I have this Palo Santos burning. I'm just doing what I'm doing, and this is for your own knowledge as well, is that it's always good to let Spirit know you're moving in from the mundane time, the somewhat linear time that we're in, to more of a sacred time. And of all the sacred times of the year, this is a really big sacred time, especially with the wind culture. In Germany, the Teutonic culture, Hulda or Halle, the women go there at this time of before the birth of Christ, the Christed one, and however you hold that, and for pregnancy, for birthing. And today we're going to be taking and putting something into hibernation that we might want to birth in the spring. And again, it's probably time to get started, so I will repeat my name again just in case. It's on the Wind Believers page, but I may share it. My name is Renee Barabo, and I'm the Practical Shaman, and I'm bringing to you tonight a wind workers meditation for the solstice. And I thought I would just give you a little bit of background on my position on this solstice and what this means for me. Wind work is it's a nature-based tradition, and it means that I try to live my life regulated by the rhythms of the seasons, and the seasons being the guiding light or darkness, as the solstice might be, to what's going on in my life. Like, it's cold out, it's dark out, I might not be running around to jog, or I might take a leisurely walk earlier in the day, because I regulate with the seasons. And in the harvest, we just came out of the harvest. We're going to look tonight and see, like, what is it that you've harvested? What is it that you're taking into this hibernation with you? And then what is it that you've harvested that you want to let go of, so that next year you're working on or being with or having an experience with something new in your life. And for me, as many of you know, I've just harvested a book. And this book has been a process of several years, not just one time around my medicine wheel or my compass, but many times around, and probably all of the experiences I had up until that moment. And that's how we celebrate. That's how people have celebrated for eons. So at the solstice, in the northern hemisphere, it's the shortest day of the year, and in the southern hemisphere, it's the longest day of the year. And so, you know, this light and this shadow, this darkness and this light they're constantly circling in our lives. And so tonight what we're going to do is we're going to look at what is it that you've harvested this year. And then we're going to call in my latest and last and first wind, Amaunet, who is about obscure, about what's hidden. And as I went back further in time and looked at the research, she was from the old kingdom in Egypt, was one of the first recorded kingdoms in Egypt. And she was able to give birth without needing a husband. So she could create from herself. And so we're going to call to her tonight to see what it is we're giving birth to, what are we creating. But she's also hidden. And being that it's the solstice, you may be taking something that you can't see from here into your hibernation this winter. And for me, this has been such a tumultuous year around the world with my clients and all of that. I kind of like the idea of taking the energy of something that I can't even see at this moment into hibernation. And maybe I can't even see what I'm supposed to release before I go. And I have a few things that I want to release here. I would like to release maybe some of the book because I'm holding it the way that I think that it has held me. But maybe that's what needs to go into hibernation. And truthfully, it goes to Hay House in a week or so. And then they're germinating it, they're holding it, they're incubating it next. And so I'm going to kind of be in that waiting period of the unknown as I wait to see, you know, what changes they'd like to make before it comes out. So what I'd like you to do is ask yourself here. First of all, I suggested if you looked at before that you get us some pieces of paper, because you might want to take a note or two, because I'm going to release some stuff into the fire. You may want to do that too. Like what I say, the Heyokas are here tonight. The comedian jokesters are here with me tonight. Everything I put down seems to disappear and I can't find what I'm looking for. All's good. So if you want to grab some paper, I'm going to be sitting here live. I'm not, and this is not a hurry, but grab some paper, then what we're going to do is we're going to open sacred space. And I have a couple of different ways that I'm going to do that tonight. And then we're going to we're going to do a meditation with Amaunet to see if she will give you an idea of what's hidden from yourself that is time to release. Did you get that? See, she'll give you an idea of what you've been hiding from yourself all year long that it's time to let go and put into the fire. And the fire for you could be a candle. You could go outside, light a fire. Maybe you've got a fire going in your living room. But that's what we're going to do first. And then we're going to do that. We're going to do a release. And then we're going to come back and find out what energy we want to take into hibernation. What energy? I like that idea of taking an energy into hibernation instead of this whole fully formed plan or this whole embryo. We're going to give it the energy of birth. All right, so if you have to get some paper, that's great. And then what I'm going to do is I have these great, I haven't played them in a while. Can you hear them? Can you feel it? See, close your eyes and see if you can feel this energy that's coming out. So maybe that's what we're doing today, is just releasing an energy. So we're going to call upon all of the winds here. We're going to call the wind in, and we're especially going to call to Amaunet, the Egyptian wind goddess, who was one of the first creator gods who not only created humans or life on the planet, but she was concerned about the life that she created, which was a lot of the creation stories are about just the creation, but not about the care afterwards. So I think that there's something really big here, and I worked with her this morning with a client, and it was huge. So if you're just joining us or if you're doing it later, make yourself a little bit comfortable, and let's ask Amaunet if she would show us what it is that's been hidden and what energy is in us that needs to be released. Begin by scanning your body. Start with your feet and see if there's any resistance in your body as you move up through the energy field of your body. See if you're holding any resistance, any places that are hidden that might be a suggestion that, there's something that needs to be released or something that needs to be given to the fire here. And call to Amaunet. And what she showed me was this papyrus scroll that women carried, and they could give the magic through their words and through the invisible energies of the wind. The kings went to the women in order to be educated in the mystery schools. So what she's showing me is that there's a scroll here. So when you find this part of your body that needs to be released, or you find some tensions or an idea, just imagine that you've got this scroll here and write down what it is that you want to release into the fire. You know, what is your heart loss this year? Like, I lost my Sashi. So I'm going to release Sashi to the fire. And I was noticing that her ashes are on the mantle still. And even although my heart's full of joy with my new kitty, there's this big loss there. And the book. And there's an energy that feels like a lot of change is coming. And it feels a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm going to release that to the fire as well. And if you've made your list, we're gonna be like the wind-kissing Caro, and we're gonna blow our intentions that there's anything that we don't see, anything that we've forgotten, give that to your list. And then I'm gonna give this to the fire, and you can do it. You can do it symbolically, you can do it afterwards or later, but make sure that you release it, because fire transmutes quickly. That's the benefit of the fire. All right, what we're gonna do is now we're letting that go. It's gonna be gone. But what energy do you want to take into hibernation? And it's probably hidden, so let's call to Amaunet to impregnate us with some energy that we're going to hibernate with. So close your eyes again. Feel as that energy moves into you, it settles into you for, you know, this next period of 90 days where something gets to be born, something starts to lays dormant until the time's right, and then it will grow. So we're not putting something that we're jumping into. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, because why would you make a New Year's resolution when you're hibernating? Join me in the spring when we come out of hibernation to get those wheels moving forward. But for right now, let's plant this seed. What I was seeing in my mind's eye was that Amaunet was, it was like a snake dance. She had the snake coiled around her, but I saw this snake weaving in this seed. But then I was watching her roll up the papyrus into a safe ball, like a safe roll for keeping, so that when we reopen it in the spring, that it will be, the magic will be informing you. And right now we're just putting it away for safekeeping. So it was this, and I have no idea if this was real or not, but there was this gold type of tubing that she put the papyrus into and closed it up, and it had like jewels on the top of it, and for safekeeping. So what I want you to do is to somehow do something symbolically, that you put away your energy that you're hibernating with into a protection of safekeeping, so that we can pull it out again in the spring. And we're going to thank her for coming with a little music, celestial music here. And make sure you write this down. Visit it again if it wasn't clear this first time. Well, I just got a lot of stuff, and I hope you will share with me what you get from this. And there's a lot to go in the fire, and there's a lot to be impregnated with, and carrying that energy for us. And I'm really excited that we're sharing this journey together. That you are wind believers, and that you're saying, all right, well, maybe there's something to this, and that we keep moving forward along on this path together. And I'm really grateful. So I'm Renee, I'm the Practical Shaman, and this is our Wind Believer Solstice Gathering, and coming to you live from Facebook on the Wind Believers group, and wishing you all a very, very happy holiday and magical New Year. Magic, there's magic in the air. We're in the Pachacooty, we're turning it upside right. And as Sandra Ingerman said, we prepared for this time for a long, long time. So we get to put our magic into play here. For sure, other people know about magic, and they're putting their magic into play. So, you know, it's time for prayers, it's time for rituals, it's time for celebration. So celebrate. All right, until the next time.